Resident Evil 2 Remake is one of the best horror games and just generally a good remake, but it's got a huge problem that I haven't seen too many people bring up. It doesn't make sense. The main campaign has Leon and Claire fighting the same bosses and going through the same areas, pretty much destroying any chance at a proper canon story. While I love the game as is, Capcom had the chance to do something really cool with it, but that's okay. I'll just do it myself. So sit back, relax, and let's see if I can attempt to write a proper canon for Resident Evil 2 Remake. The start of the game would be pretty much the same. We'll have Claire enter the gas station first, with Leon arriving shortly after so we can get this iconic line.
Whoa, don't shoot! Get down!
The changes really begin once we get to the RPD. Since Leon canonically has Marvin's knife during Resident Evil 4, I'm gonna say that Leon gets to the station first and gets saved by Marvin, which results in Leon getting his knife, being sent on his way to collect medals for the secret passage. While this is happening, Claire would make her way through the streets of Raccoon City until finally making it to the yard, where she ends up at the gate, prompting Marvin to contact Leon, who goes out to meet her, causing this cutscene.
Claire! Hold on! I'll be right there!
Okay!
When this ends, we'll have Claire run back to the strangely placed supply closet. I don't really have a good explanation for how she escapes the situation, as that's a whole lot of zombies. So we can either give them a case of zombie amnesia, or, probably a better idea would be just to have a grenade be in that room that Claire can use. I'm pretty sure there's one in there anyways if you're on the B scenario. Now that we're past that, Claire makes her way into the RPD using the bolt cutters, passing by Elliot's now turned corpse and into the main hall using the fuse found in the nearby save room. I think it's cool that in the B scenario, normally when you meet Marvin, he's already turned. But here, I wanted both characters to at least have some interaction with him before he turned. So with that being said, Marvin gives Claire the rundown, informing her that Leon is searching for the medallions to open up the secret passage in front of them, and that he's already found 2, and is searching for the last one, but it could be anywhere. Wanting to make herself useful as well, Claire goes searching for the last piece, giving us a cool opportunity to reintroduce the zapping system to the remake. Wherever the first 2 medallions that you collected as Leon, those won't be there, and it'll be gone for Claire. So you'll have to find whatever the last one will be. After finding the last one and heading down the passage to go for help, Claire would encounter the mutated Birkin, the G1 boss fight, as well as Sherry, leading to their meeting with Chief Irons and Sherry's kidnapping, causing us to go looking for the keycard to open up the gate. While Claire is dealing with that, let's jump back to Leon. After searching the RPD with no luck, he returns back to the main hall, only to find the secret entrance is closed up. We'll have Marvin inform him that it was Claire, but he may be able to still meet with her through the parking garage. Hearing this, Leon would head through the shutter that Claire previously opened up and down the stairs to the parking garage, where he would run into Ada, just like how he originally would, except this time Leon would follow Ada to Ben, maybe solving some puzzle down there. Ben would still be killed by Mr. X. Sorry, Ben. But this would be everyone's first encounter with the tyrant, and it would actually come through the wall, destroying the cell, killing Ben in the process, and pursuing the survivors. The two would manage to outrun the monster until he burst through another wall, grabbing Leon, and this could either lead to a mini boss fight or straight into the scene where Ada rams the truck, stopping Mr. X. For now. Leon, of course, is still passionate about stopping Umbrella once hearing about them from Ada, as well as being fooled by her fake FBI credentials. Things continue like normal, and they go on to beat Kendo, then descend down into the sewers. Meanwhile, Claire would explore the upper levels of the RPD, collecting electronic pieces for the entrance to Chief Iron's back room. This part remains largely the same, except for the fact that you won't run into Mr. X, although in reality, Umbrella dropped multiple tyrants into Raccoon City, so we could have another one pursue Claire if we really wanted to. Anyways, once doing all of this, she'll get the call from Irons to go to the orphanage, but here's the change. When making her way back to the parking garage, Claire will find that the gate is already open and that the van that was down there is now smashed into the wall. Instead of randomly showing up, the crushed Mr. X will push back the van and start chasing Claire through the streets. Eventually, she may lose him when going through the bus to the orphanage. He could be slowed down from incurring earlier damage as well, whichever one you prefer. Claire will get to Sherry, and of course, Iron dies to Birkin, and I find the setup better explains Mr. X showing up at the orphanage instead of randomly being in the parking garage and on the streets 1 second, and then 5 minutes later ending up at the orphanage downstairs, as that really doesn't make too much sense. Another major change is when Claire and Sherry are running from Mr. X, Birkin shows up, killing the tyrant. In this rendition, we're working with just one trenchcoat man, so instead of dying, the two BOWs will tussle, damaging the elevator in the process, and both of them will fall over the side railings. This way, Sherry still gets infected and Mr. X survives. Instead of Sherry ending up in the trash heap mysteriously, she'll seek refuge somewhere in the back room, maybe where Claire finds the spark shot, as there's a lot of gates there. Maybe she could hide behind one, safe from zombies. Leon's story continues pretty much the same while in the sewers. He encounters Annette, he gets shot, then we play as Ada, who goes after Annette, but ultimately fails, and we rescue her as Leon. This also means Leon will encounter Birkin for the first time in the G2 form, while Claire gets a free pass. If you're enjoying this type of content, don't forget to let me know by hitting the like button. With a little magic, we can make it so that while Leon is passed out from his gunshot wound, Claire and Sherry will be taking the tram down to the labs. And the tram itself can simply return upwards after they use it, so Leon and Ada can use it as well. With Claire getting to the labs first, you'll go through the normal loop on the way to obtain the vaccine for Sherry until another boss fight with G3/Birkin. Annette lowers the platform and everything goes the same except for when Leon shows up. He'll see the two doing battle. Annette will explain to Leon what the monster is, who Sherry is, and Umbrella. And also that Ada is the spy, kind of crushing Leon a little bit, but he can't focus on that right now. Right now, Leon is insistent on getting down there to help Claire, but he wouldn't survive a full jump. So he calls out to Claire, tossing his magnum down to her, which was a callback to Resident Evil 1 Remake when Barry helps Jill if you choose to save him against Lisa Trevor. Eventually, she puts the monster down, returning to Leon. The two reunite with each other briefly to explain their situations before going their separate ways, hopefully for the last time. You see what I did there? Claire goes to check on Sherry, and Leon goes to grab a sample of the G virus, passing the corpse of G3. Leon retrieves the virus, which sets off the lab's self-destruct timer. And in the most shocking twist in a survival horror game, G3 gets up, forcing Leon to tango with the beast this time, albeit weaker than before, making it easy pickings for Leon. During the fight, Claire and Sherry would head down the central elevator first, fighting G4 on the tram. Leon has his fateful ordeal with Ada, but this time Annette shoots Ada from the other side, desperately crawling out from the room where she quote-unquote died while helping out Sherry and Claire. Other than that, this scene plays out pretty much the same, along with the rest of the game. Leon fights Mr. X one last time and meets Claire on the tram, this time saying, "So, you must be Sherry," instead of,
What's this?
Either one of them can do battle with G5 until the lab explosion claims the beast, and they all walk off into the sunrise, surviving the deadly night. If you want to see me attempt to do the same thing with Resident Evil 1 Remake, make sure to let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.